Tuesday next.
Avoid 1982 new car sticker shock right now at Lambert Buick. We've saved over 200 new 1981 Buicks for this once-a-year factory-authorized sale. Over 200 Regals, Skylarks, Centuries, Rivieras, and LeSabres, priced at authorized closeout savings. Lambert Buick has even extended their 13.8% financing through September 23rd just for this sale. But you must act right now. Avoid 82 sticker shock and save a bundle at Lambert Buick, Front Street in Cuyahoga Falls.
TV 23, WAKR, Akron, Canton.
Live from the Radio Television Center of Akron, Canton, this is 23 Newsday, the Early Report.
Brought to you by the people at Ohio Edison, working to make electricity the energy you can depend on.
Good evening, I'm Mark Williamson. Joining me is Tom Shea. It's been a long, hard fight by a group of Summit County citizens that believes the people have a right to vote on whether they want the piggyback sales tax they've been paying since May 18th. The citizens are fighting to put a tax repeal issue on the November ballot. We last reported to you that their efforts had failed, but the group has gained new life with a victory that came this morning, and it means we could still repeal the tax. Kenny Halderman explains.
The Board of Elections voted today to place the piggyback repealer on the November election ballot. This came as Elections Director Ed Greising told the board the repeal petitions contained more than the required 14,192 valid signatures. Board member Al Teodosio voted to reject the petitions, but he was outnumbered 3-1. There had been allegations that the petitions did not follow the requirements of the law. Teodosio raised those same three questions as the basis for his objection.
The petition itself wasn't verified. I think it's mandatory that it should have been. Secondly, it wasn't timely filed. I think the 75-day provision applies to that, and not the 60-day provision. And thirdly, there is nowhere to be found in the petition itself any intent or addressing of the issue of repealing an existing tax.
The board's action brought this reaction from Robert Bergner, one of the handful of residents who spearheaded the petition signing campaign.
We feel that the people have this right to be able to say yes, they want a tax, or no, they don't want a tax. That's something that should have been their right at the beginning, not forced upon them as it has been.
Those petitions have already been challenged once in court with a ruling in favor of the petitioners, and there may be other court action, some people talking about a taxpayer suit to get the piggyback repealer off the ballot. Kenny Halterman, 23 Newsday.
Summit County Council probably had no idea what they were starting last night when they okayed an 8% pay hike for sheriff's deputies. 12 of the coroner's office's 15 investigators called in sick today, angry that they hadn't gotten more money also. Newsday's Tom Erickson has more on the story.
The sick-out left only the coroner and a chief investigator to handle the daily duties. The offices, normally occupied by a receptionist and several secretaries, were empty. When Dr. A.H. Kyriakides arrived on the scene, he invited 4 county office holders to attend a late-morning news conference. The reason for the sick-out was County Council's action last night in approving money for pay hikes for sheriff's deputies. Dr. Kyriakides telling reporters that what Council did was unfair in light of a recent pay cut taken by coroner's employees.
When the County Council authorizes money like this for raises, and you can use any name you want, you can describe it in any way you want, as someone once said, when there's more money in the paycheck, it's a raise. And I think they have betrayed the people in the coroner's office who did their best to cooperate with them. I don't fault the sheriff for getting more money, but I do fault the council for giving money when there is no money for other offices.
As for the workers that called in sick today, Dr. Kyriakides said if they stay out, they stay out. His office will only perform autopsies in homicide cases. County Executive John Morgan reacted to today's sick-out by saying he was not surprised.
Obviously, I cannot support public employees going out on sick call. I mean, they've got to come back to work. The Dr. KY has to come up and talk with council leaders and myself to try to resolve the financial package. But we can't support public employees going out.
Morgan tells Newsday he will line-item veto the pay increase for the Sheriff's Department. County Auditor Tim Davis, one of those attending the coroner's news conference, painted a grim picture of the county's current financial condition.
The funds that they're working through, we have the approximately $750,000, and they have set up a system of appropriating enough funds to get through the year in the salary accounts. And this appropriation is the initial appropriation in that fashion. It's supposed to be on a monthly basis, as I understand it. Dr. KY asked us to come down and to talk over the situation. In one respect, all of our offices suffer.
As for the Summit County Coroner's Office, Dr. Kyriakides says he will have to shut down this facility October 23rd if he does not get additional funds. Tom Erickson, 23 Newsday.
Linda here is doing a school paper. How electricity helps in the home. Ready? Okay. Washer and dryer.
Clean, fresh clothes. Less work.
That's the idea. Now the range.
Makes cooking clean and easy.
Right. Microwave oven?
Delicious dinner in minutes.
Vacuum cleaner.
No dust, no dirt, no hard work.
Security light.
Safety.
Table saw.
Dad's better birdhouses.
Well, the birds like them. Alarm clock.
Gets me up for school. Gosh, that's no benefit.
Oh, you better believe it is. Stereo.
Terrific music.
Terrific. Hair dryer.
My hair won't be a mess.
With all the ways electricity is making your life more convenient, maybe you'd like to learn more ways to be easy on energy. Call or write your electric company.
Popcorn popper.
Entertainment.
Entertainment?
Well, I like to watch it.
It's a good thing the police and firefighters in Massillon have stayed on the job during their contract negotiations, because the talks have been going on nearly all year. But it still may be a while before the safety force workers in Massillon get the new contract they want. We get this update on the story from Bob Jeffries in Massillon.
While police and firefighters remain optimistic about a quick end to their contract fight, it looks like non-monetary agreements negotiated already with City Council may be in for some changes. Mayor Delbert Demmer must approve the contracts covering working conditions and other non-wage items. He says one problem concerns binding arbitration, which fire department union officials have indicated is intended only for enforcement of the contract itself.
It is intended that way, but the way it's written in the contract, it can be interpreted that it is part of the negotiation process too, and we of course won't allow that.
FOP negotiator George Gradishan is satisfied with the police department's written agreement, adding that $600 across-the-board pay increases for all city employees may not be far away.
They introduced an ordinance last night concerning a pay raise, which is equal to what the mayor had proposed the last part of June. And it didn't get enough votes to suspend the rules, so it has to go for 3 separate readings.
Patrolman Gradishan says the pending increases won't stop an FOP lawsuit from going through. The court action charges City Council with bad faith bargaining concerning contract negotiations. Bob Jeffries, 23 Newsday, Massillon.
In Portage County, authorities are investigating the death of a well-known Ravenna school official. The coroner has ruled it a suicide. The body of 50-year-old David McClure, principal of the West Main Elementary School in Ravenna, was found at his home last night by his wife. Authorities believe he'd shot himself in the head. A handgun was found nearby. McClure had been with the Ravenna schools for more than 20 years. Well, here in Akron, police and a skeleton crew from the coroner's office are still trying to identify a murder victim found on the city's near north side this morning. The body was discovered along a path in a wooded area near the Elizabeth Park homes. The man appears to have been in his mid-20s. Investigators say he'd been shot several times. There was no identification found on the body.
When you're driving in a school zone and the kids are out and about, it's up to you to not only make sure you're in the right, but to watch out for children who might not be. This afternoon, just after school let out, a little girl was hit by a car. It happened at Copley and South Hawkins on the west side of Akron. The 7-year-old girl was coming home from St. Mary's School, and witnesses on the scene say she crossed without the crossing guard and was hit by a car. Rhonda Jones was taken to Children's Hospital but wasn't believed to be seriously hurt. The hospital was treating the second grader for minor injuries. A judge in Canton says he's tired of fighting with a certain attorney, and he is withdrawing from a case. Back in May, Canton Funeral Home director Cuff Brogdon, his son, and several other men were arrested by police after a scuffle at the scene of a car accident. After several delays and some communication problems between the court and defense attorney Steve Fitton, the trial will finally resume on Friday, but without Judge Donald Ramsayer. He's taken himself off the case after some trouble with Fitton.
Fitton filed an affidavit of prejudice against the court, and then 2 days later withdrew it. Well, under these circumstances, I think it was only right that I withdraw from the case because of the what he apparently felt was the court was being unfair to him. So, and I think the only right thing to do, so that the defendants do have a fair trial, and if both, in fact, both sides have a fair trial for that matter, that we bring in an outside judge to hear it.
When the case resumes, East Cleveland Judge James Deviney will preside. The defense attorney still has to have a hearing on contempt of court charges against him.
There's something new in electric heating, and we're going to talk to some people who know all about it. Meet Pete Jensen.
You mean the add-on heat pump? Terrific idea. It can be used for houses that already have forced air heating systems, like ours here. You just add it to the present system.
Harry Thompson here. Our builder put it in our new home. The way it works is when the temperature is below freezing, the regular forced air system is heating the house. Above freezing, the heat pump kicks in automatically, taking heat from the outside air and transferring it into the house.
And that's efficient.
You bet it is. Oh, I'm Zach Young. You see, the heat pump delivers more energy than it uses. So when you have two systems, a forced air furnace and an add-on heat pump, you're getting a very efficient system.
But best of all...
Yes, Mr. Jensen?
The add-on heat pump is an air conditioning system in the summer.
If you'd like to know more about electric heating, including some eye-opening facts, call or write your electric company.
Call.
The city of Canton is trying to ease Timken's move into the vacant Perkins diesel plant down at 11th Street Southeast. The city council last night approved the sale of nearly 6 acres of land to Timken for just $18. That to be used for employee parking. In addition, Service Director Robert Fisher says the city is getting ready to widen streets around the plant to handle what's expected to be heavier traffic.
From Lafayette to the bridge, it's only 2 cars could utilize it. And from approximately the scales to Market, and those are the areas that we would do the reconstruction. Then on the west side of the plant and that property, alongside Diebold and Mulberry Road, they wanted us to improve Mulberry Road, but also have a roadway leading out so that there would be two exits. Right now, the only exit to that plant is on 11th Street.
Design drawings for those road improvements should be finished by the end of the year, with contracts going out for bid in February and completion expected by next September. Well, there's a toy company up in Macedonia that's doing pretty well these days. In fact, for the second time now, Little Tykes Toys has been honored by Sears and Roebuck with its Symbol of Excellence Award. With more on what makes Little Tyke Toys tick, Newsday's Pat Kennard.